Okay, so we're going to talk about the structure and function of large biological molecules. And so we're just going to start with an introduction to polymers and monomers. And then we'll talk about other things like carbohydrates and stuff, and lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. So first, just to start off, but just want to say that all living things are made up of 4 classes of large biological molecules. So these are carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. Within cells, small or organic molecules are joined together to form larger molecules. And so these macromolecules are large molecules composed of thousands of covalently connected atoms. And we'll talk about that a little more in depth later. And then molecular structure and function are inseparable. So you'll see this a lot in biology, in any science. Any type of structure is almost always related to the function of that structure, which is really fascinating, and hopefully you'll learn more about that soon. Alright, so first we'll talk about polymers and monomers. So a polymer is a long molecule that consists of many similar building blocks. And then these small building block molecules are called monomers. So think of it as like having Legos. So you put together lots of little Legos together, and so one Lego is a monomer, and if you put those together, you can make a polymer. So sometimes sometimes your little monomers, the little Legos, are the same size and the same shape, but they don't always have to be. So we'll see that a little later on. So just think of monomers as one little Lego block, and then polymers as Lego blocks put together. Alright, so 3 of the 4 classes of life's organic molecules are polymers. So these include carbohydrates, proteins, and nucleic acids. So we talked about this last week, and you guys drew out a bunch of these reactions, so we'll just go over this again. But when you make or synthesize and break down polymers, you do these often with condensation reactions, either condensation/dehydration reactions, and then you break them apart with hydrolysis reactions. So condensation reaction, or more specifically, a dehydration reaction, occurs when 2 monomers bond together through the loss of a water molecule. So you guys do that. And enzymes are macromolecules that speed up the dehydration process. So it can happen on its own, but it would take a really long time, so the enzymes kind of get those 2 monomers together and stabilize them and help that reaction to take place. And then when you break polymers apart, it's often done by hydrolysis, which is essentially the reverse of a dehydration reaction, which you guys already know. So you use the water to split 2 monomers in half. So hydro is water, and then lysis means to cut. So hydrolysis. There you go. Okay, so here's a picture of a dehydration reaction and a hydrolysis reaction, and you guys drew these before, so you should be familiar with them. Here's just some more detailed pictures, so you guys get that. Alright, so there are lots of different types of polymers that are in all different types of organisms. So each cell has thousands of different types of macromolecules. So we kind of mentioned these earlier. You guys could think of like carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, which we'll talk about later. So there's thousands of different types of macromolecules, and these macromolecules vary among different cells of an organism. So you'd think like a skin cell would have different proteins than like a liver cell or a neuron, just because they're made up differently. They have their own set of macromolecules they use that make them unique. And then these cells will vary between species, and then even like within a species they'll vary, and then so like think different types of dogs have different colors of coats or different like lengths of coats. Like those are all due to different macromolecules and reactions and structures. So just like they vary within a species, and then obviously like the difference between a dog and like an elephant or something. So whatever is making them up, it's going to be different. So they'll vary between species as well. And then there's an immense variety of polymers that can be built from a very small set of monomers. So you don't even need that many types of monomers to make a variety of polymers. So again, think Legos. You don't need that many different types of Legos, but if you had different colors and different sizes and shapes, if you have even a small set, you can make all sorts of different things. So yeah, just think of like the kids at Sunday school or something. Like they have a certain set of Legos that they have to work with, specific sizes and shapes would make all sorts of things out of it. So, and I'm sure you've done the same. And that is the end. So thank you for watching.